something rustling in them bags. It better not be a spider. Ah, something is... Oh, no, I'm not going near that. No way. Let's begin! A Chair in a Room Greenwater is a horror game. You have no memory of your past and must piece it back together. I'm hardly going to be showing any of the jump scares, as I really don't want to ruin the game for you guys. You can play the game with a DualShock controller or 2 Move controllers. When playing with the DualShock, you use the DualShock's motion sensor to guide one hand around. Playing with the 2 Move controllers is obviously the more immersive option. The game has so many different movement options you can adjust to. You can teleport, free move, snap turn, free turn, and you can adjust the speed of both. The free movement and free turning speed is a bit slow though, even on its highest setting, but it's not a massive issue considering the areas you explore are quite small. You can even turn off blinders if you want, and the game does include a crouch button, which makes playing seated a possible option. Every PSVR game really should include all of these options, and it's great to see developers actually listening to what the PSVR community wants when it comes to the game's controls. You are a patient of Greenwater Institute, and straight away you are being analysed by creepy and mysterious doctors. These shadowy figures have you complete a couple of tests, and this really puts you in an uneasy mood, not only because of the actual location, but because of the things that happen in the world around you. It doesn't really begin with full-on horror, it goes for a more psychological approach, and it really does put you in an unsettled state. The developers not only have a great understanding of where you will be looking in this world, but also how you will likely interact with something, which obviously makes you feel unsafe no matter what you're virtually doing. Your room at Greenwater serves as one of the game's main hub areas. Scattered around the room are objects that you have come across before on your travels. Placing the correct one down on a board will transport you back to the location that you first saw it in. These locations actually come in the form of the game's chapters, and each one really is a bite-sized piece of horror. You can pick up objects to take a closer look, and can even combine 2 together. There is no inventory system in the game though, so you do have to keep hold of an object and carry it with you from one place to another. This setup is actually more immersive and doesn't become annoying, as each of the locations are quite small. You really do feel quite claustrophobic in some of these areas, and the objects that surround you doesn't help your confidence. You really want to be as far away from them as possible. You never feel safe inside these areas at all, even when you have fully explored each nook and cranny, due to you having to take pills that you find. After taking one, you sometimes have to search the location again, and it's incredibly frightening, as you don't know what will have changed or what is lurking behind a corner. It's actually quite an immersive experience, thanks to you being able to open up nearly every drawer and cupboard you come across. You will want to do so too, as documents and newspaper articles do make an appearance in them, so reading them will give you a deeper insight into your past. Unfortunately though, some of the writing is a bit blurry, making it difficult to read. I never felt like I missed a massive chunk of the main story because of it though, but it's obviously a bit of a shame. You will also come across audio tapes that also reveal the story. These can be a little lengthy in places, but the story is certainly engaging thanks to its twists and turns. Even simply trying to listen to a recording can be a challenge at times, especially when you're in an area that has dim lighting. You never really want to put your guard down. For the most part, the pacing is spot on, but there is a couple of moments here when you're not sure whether or not you have to use an item, or simply wait for something to happen in the world. On the plus side though, this confusion makes sure that the jump scares will most likely get you each time. One part does drag on a bit though. Instead of it feeling necessary to build up the tension, it actually comes across as a bit of filler. It certainly outstays its welcome. The main thing that does build up tension in this game though, is the absolutely perfect sound design. This is one of the best uses of audio in a PSVR horror game. Oh, I'm actually sweating. One part even had me shivering at an object that isn't even visually scary, and it was mainly because of the false sense of security I felt from the sound. It took me about 2 hours and 20 minutes to beat the game, but I did get stuck a couple of times. If you don't, it could certainly be done a bit quicker. Trophy wise, the game doesn't come with a platinum, and there are some here that could be missed on a first playthrough. I'm not going to show for trophies, as some contain spoilers. The ones that can be missed can easily be picked up again at the end of the game though, thanks to the chapter select screen, so I recommend playing through the game once before glancing at the list. This game is made by the same people who brought us The Exorcist Legion, and it actually feels quite similar to it because of each chapter being in a different location. Each place you visit really is a bite-sized piece of horror that is slowly stitched together thanks to the storyline. If you love horror, then this is certainly an experience worth taking. Just like The Exorcist though, it is priced quite steeply for the length of the game. Honestly though, I haven't sweat this much in a VR horror game for a very long time. So if you are looking for an adrenaline filled couple of hours or so, you will certainly get them here. When reviewing games, I obviously look into the actual level design and can often see the inner workings, but straight after the more psychological beginning here, I really was thrown off, and I didn't know what to expect, and that's exactly the type of thrill you want from a VR horror game. What's this Ace of Clubs got to do with anything? I've seen one of them before. Hello?
Mummy. Daddy.
Bye. If you want to see my reactions to some of the horror moments in the game, there is a video with them on screen right now. I do suggest you play the game for yourself first though, as it really would ruin the game, which would be such a shame as we don't get too many of these that really land most of the jump scares. As always, if you found this review helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more PSVR content.